I
Cool.
don't know. Just trying to figure out what you were stalling for.
Well, because the stupid Spreaker link errored out again, and so I had to stop it and restart it, which is, eh,
Ooh.
eh, whatever. In any case, we're at the Dork Table.
Where else do you hear stuff like this anyway? Grammy, how you doing?
I'm doing peachy flasher. How are you doing?
Better than most and not as good as a very select few. Thank you for asking.
Ah, cool.
Yes.
Not as good as a very select few. Hmm.
I was wondering if you're paying attention.
Kinda,
Anyway,
sorta.
yeah, they're having quite the chat at the RLNM. So, hey, where are we at and why are we here?
We
Why are we
are
here?
at the Dork Table here
Ah,
on reallibertymedia.com, channel 3. And also on the Real Liberty Media, or actually it shows as the
mm,
World Truth, the address for
ah,
Spreaker. And let's see where else. RLM
mm,
TuneIn radio station, RLMradio.xyz, all kind of RLM places. A
yeah, like that.
Yeah, that too.
Okay. I'm sorry, but you're doing 45 words a minute in a 42 word a minute zone.
I'm sorry. Well,
Slow down.
I was
You're
adjusting the levels.
Yeah, you're confusing the dummies.
Oh, I'm confusing myself, so it's all good. So let's
Right.
see. I forgot to share it anywhere, so
Anywhere.
I didn't. I mm,
Mm,
I've been
yeah.
cleaning and doing laundry and sweeping
Ah,
and chowing down before the radio and all that other fun stuff. So I did not get around to sharing it
mm.
around everywhere. But
Oh, you slacker.
I know, but I got to read this. I read this to you just before we went on, but I love this. Good
Mm,
morning, all you short bus riding, window licking bastards.
that's my partner on radio, let me tell you. So if any of you guys thought it was like some kind of success, pay attention to what she just said.
Yeah. Yeah, we are a bunch of window licking bastards, that's for damn sure. But
Wow.
that's
And
okay.
that's
I like it.
and that's something.
Yeah.
Hello, RLM.
Hello, RLM. Hello over here on this wonderful effin' site as well. Thank you, Grimmy, for sharing us over
Hey,
here. Um,
Freedom's Network.
oh, yeah, that's right. Grimmy said don't forget the RLM Radio Android app, too. Yeah, sweet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
need to
probably wouldn't know what to do with it. So,
I
but
need to put
thank you,
that on my
Grimnir.
phone.
I
I
don't have a phone. I am phoneless.
You are
I mean that kind of
phoneless?
phone. Well, yeah, the 21st
Ah.
century phone. I reject it.
Ah.
Yeah, my course says nah. If it,
Anytime I heard the other day, anytime it says smart, steer away from it.
well, what could happen in 24 hours anyway? It's just life. Relax. Enjoy yourselves.
True. True.
That was a dork moment. That's right. Because the reality is push everybody the fuck out your way and get your shit and go home so you can watch football.
Yeah. Yeah.
Football!
Football.
Right.
Oh well.
That's where it's at.
Let's see. Over here. Hey there, everybody over on Minds. I'm sharing it right now because
Hey,
I'm
Mines.
yeah.
I like Mines. Mines is my new World Truth. I
Oh,
finally replaced World Truth as one of those kind of sites.
cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I do like Minds. I do.
Mm.
And if you
Yeah.
don't mind, it don't matter.
Oh, you are so smart.
Oh,
I was
see, run
following you
away,
just
run
about
away.
anywhere.
I just said, run away from anything that's smart.
Yeah, well, you are a female, and females, as y'all know, are living contradictions. So we're used to it, Miss Mary. Don't worry about
Oh, okay. Okay.
it.
Well,
Sign
mm,
the papers.
oh,
Anyway,
oh,
that
oh,
was a
God.
marriage joke. I thought you'd get it.
Oh. See, and I just shared that over on Minds, and I refreshed the page, and here's frickin' somebody biting into one of those Tide Pods. What the
uh,
hell? It
I
doesn't
don't know.
even look tasty. Why are people
I don't know.
stupid?
I, See, okay,
Hey.
and here again, here we are reading crap on the interwebs.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
you know,
Well,
I'm so
somebody is dumb
crapped
enough
out.
to post a picture of them taking a bite of a laundry detergent thing. When did that become something fun as opposed to a punishment? I remember saying something bad and my mom
Wash your
lava.
mouth out with soap.
Yeah, she would use lava or what was that? Vel. Oh, man, talk about
That's what they
nasty.
got here in Denmark.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
that's just some nasty shit.
Well, I wasn't planning to use it orally, but thanks for the advice.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, so everybody over on the effing side, hey there. Thank
Hey,
you,
up in
Grimmy, for
sight.
sharing us. I see Rob Works and Mary B and Grimmy and Mental
Mhm.
Pancakes are over
Rob
here.
works
Hey,
mental.
and Bobby was on here not too long
Hey,
ago.
Bobby. Yeah, Bobby Bane.
Yeah, from the old World Truth days.
I know.
Woo woo.
We had a lot of fun.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
And now we're all grown up and we do radio.
And then there were times where it wasn't so fun, but hey, it's okay.
Where have all the good times gone?
I don't know. I'm having one right now. So, hey,
Thank you, Wayne.
the women will bow.
Keeping
Okay.
them in
I'm just
line for millions of years, men.
men.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Can't
Some
live
of
with
us.
us and can't live with us. Pum pum pum. And we say the same about you. Okay, over here.
Yeah, I know. I read the book.
Okay. Over here in the RLM, which is where you need to be if you want to give us shit. Barman is right up top. The most splendiferous bot in the whole wide world. Just saying.
Hey,
I also see Grimner is here. I did
Grimner.
not stay up late enough to listen to the Freakers Ball at all last night. I was
Mhm.
Tom Pluckered. I'd had a week.
Mhm.
So I'll have to listen to it later on the podcast.
Mhm.
I also see the lovely Moose Girl is here, and
Hey,
Moosey is chitter
Moose.
chatting in the chitter chat. Hey, Moose.
and Cakes is in there too.
Yeah, the lovely
My
Kate is
reading,
here as well from the great state of Florida. And I
my
didn't get to
reading
a
lessons
Florida.
work.
Hooty dooty wuddy.
My reading lessons are working.
Yay. I also see Beth Z is here. And
Beth Z.
yeah, and BTC Bob is logged in, but he's
And,
away. He's away right now, probably actually doing something.
hey, I thought we would start Bob's. We're getting Bob's back.
Yeah, we're getting Bob's back.
Oh, must be sock. Okay.
I see Chalcedony is here as well.
Chalcedony.
And the lovely
Yeah.
Circle, who gave me some tips on how to cook asparagus because a
Oh,
cousin sent me a link about asparagus and all the
hello, honey.
benefits. And some of the things go all the way back to 1739, where doctors were saying that asparagus helped with this problem, which kidney stones, basically. So, yeah, I'm going to have to learn to eat asparagus. So, woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
What the fuck, Mary? Come
I
on.
I have no idea. I was talking about asparagus, and all of a sudden I
I
heard a
know.
harmonica in the background.
Chalcedony. Eh, you got kind of strayed off the mark there a little bit.
Yes, we did. It's
I was reeling
11:11
you
though, so
back
it's
in.
an angelic number, so we're doing good. Circles, the one that gave me the tasty tips, and I will find out later. A double
Okay.
dip and a Chloe in the house. Chloe, Chloe, I'm here. Oh, you
Oh,
know what? I forgot to
uh-oh.
let me just.
Really? You didn't.
Ye-
Again.
Yes, I did. I forgot again. I
Okay.
know why,
Yeah.
'cause I'm a dork, and
Well.
now I am Graham's dork. So.
Yes, you are.
Yes, I am, and damn proud of it too. I
Mm.
also see IB Don C is here, as well as Java Doctor 2. And J Dread. Hansel?
That's all, yo.
Yeah, Hansel. Hansel, are you a window licker? Come on, have some fun.
The king of window lickers.
Oh, I like being a window licker. It really is fun when you go
Yeah,
through fast food drive-thrus
I
and you
just
have
got
your
to tell
face
you
up
though,
against the window. Oh
he
man,
is
they
my
freak. Hmm?
but
Huh?
still, he is my king,
Oh,
Hansel.
okay, cool. Ho 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 ho.
Hey,
I'm
Chloe.
just singing along,
Uh,
if that's what you call it.
uh,
Hi, Wanna Taco.
what a taco!
And Meisterbar.
Hey,
Mr. Asmodeus is here. Sweet. I also see P. Bunyan.
Brr.
Yeah, as well as RLM Fluke, the Vanna
Oh,
White of the
the
RLM
flu.
channel. Rob
Happy to be
Works is
back.
here as well. Hey, Rob, have you fired the bubbler and I just did not see it? Rob Works, did you fire the bubbler? I don't see a
Ah,
bubbler firing up.
snoozing
Damn
on his job.
it.
He's probably already been on the damn thing and forgot all about us.
Hey, Rob, damn
At least he's
it.
keeping up with the times. It's not his fault.
Ah, well, there you go.
Gotta survive. You gotta survive human beings, man, and it's hard.
That's, oh, yeah.
They don't make it simple, Miss Mary.
No, they do
Very
not.
difficult. You gotta fight everything. Fight, 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 fight.
I also see that trusty feller, Trust No One, is here. As well as, hey,
Oh,
Cowboy Tech 44.
hey,
Booyah.
cowboy.
Cowboy's been
Hey, there
sharing
you
some
go.
awesome links that have been very, very helpful for me of late. Because, yeah,
Eh? What topic?
health topic.
Ah,
Because,
okay.
yes, I have family members that, man, y'all need to quit that stuff. I also see Dakota is
Hey,
here,
tough.
as well as Dimma and Dork Cakes. Dork
Hey,
Cakes!
Dork Cakes, you
I
old
like
bastard.
Dork
How are
Cakes.
you?
Dork Cakes, I'm out of Serpil. Do you still make
Uh-oh. Oh,
Serpil?
yeah.
I need some maple blood.
You two need to make connection on Skype and swap information after the show, perhaps.
Maybe possibly, yeah, 'cause I
Or
did.
during the
I
show. That
runned
would be a
out of
lot of
my
fun.
that syrup was so yummy in coffee. Oh
Told you.
my
Squirrel!
God. Squirrel. Flasher
Right.
is here.
There you go. Thank you. Ooh,
As well as Frumpy and
Bumpy.
Gooberzilla. Hey, and we got guest 20. I know it's 15,572, but it breaks down to 20. So guest 20 is here. And Kozu, I'm just showing off my mathematical mind. It's scary, isn't it? I can add 5 digits together.
Why would anybody want to do it is beyond me, but she can.
I can, 'cause yeah,
And
and I'm an
you heard it here
overachiever.
first on the Dork Table. Ha ha ha.
Ooh, hey, barman borrowed Rob Works bubbler.
Whoa,
Yay!
there
You
you
the
go. See?
man. You the man, barman.
Oh,
See? Barman is the man. Kozu and Bot. And
bye.
Moy, and then Poxified, who is away.
Poxify.
But Pox, oh,
Um,
sold all your equipment? Bummer, dude. Well, I'll just pout.
Oh
Mm.
no, that's disturbing. Oh well.
Well, I
Another
understand. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes you do that. Sometimes you just have to start all over again just because.
Now you've got to
Oh,
replace that dream of syrup with another syrup.
ooh,
Now instead of the
hey.
dream of having syrup, get busy and get some fucking syrup.
I
Wow.
need my
How
circle.
difficult could it possibly be?
I'll make my own circle. Thank you very much.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Are you going
Sock
to use
Puppet
real
is here. Huh?
are you going to use real pancakes to make your maple syrup?
You don't use pancakes to make syrup. You put syrup on
Okay.
pancakes.
I'll take your word for it, but I've been to Kroger once or twice. I know what's in those grocery stores.
Oh, I know. I
Yeah.
know.
Mm.
Okay, Sock Puppet. Hi, Sock. Long time no chitty chat.
Sock.
And Slim
Hey,
Jim Flim is in here, as well as the cuddly one, Teddy. I have no
Teddy.
idea if Teddy's cuddly or not, but he's a Teddy, so he must be cuddly.
Well,
And,
between the two of us, you're going to be the one to find out.
oh,
I'm
okay.
passing on that
What
one.
if Teddy is a
The
girl?
name scares me. Yeah, what are the odds of that?
I have no
This is
idea.
this is my friend Teddy,
It
a
could be
girl.
Theodora.
Yeah, right. 97 trillion to 4.
And to round out the crew, the one, the only, the Phantom.
That's
So, hey, and still under 20 minutes.
always.
Booyah.
That's what we do here. That's why we do this every Saturday when we can.
I know, because we're
Right?
overachievers.
Yeah. What's with everybody getting sick and dying of cancer this last 100 years?
Do you
What's all
know?
that about?
Do you know that they are now saying that by the year 2020, which is only a couple of years away, 1 in every 3 men will be diagnosed with cancer, and every other woman will be diagnosed with some form of cancer.
And I will make you a bet that I will not be one of them that gets the cancer.
But the wonderful thing about that is they're being very, if you pay attention to the
Yeah.
wordage that they're using,
Yeah.
diagnosed with
Yeah, so
cancer.
they can make some money on their lottery game they play with you.
Yes. Yes.
No, I posted a link about the death in medicine. It's just
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
The horror stories that there are to be told about what they do every fucking day in that business is just it's hard to watch.
Mhm.
So my status brain wants to think, oh well, maybe those are extreme. No, it's getting to be the freaking norm. They're killing like 6 digits a year in hospitals in the States.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, that's way better than they're doing with their bombs in the Middle East. I mean,
Oh hell yeah.
wow.
Oh hell yeah. See, and everybody was thinking, oh, the Georgia Guidestones, that and they're going to reduce the population and all this other fun shit, and thinking that there's going to be a World War III with bombs and stuff. They ain't going to need to do that because they're already knocking you off with medically approved procedures.
Mm.
FDA approved procedures. Yay.
Well, wouldn't you expect that somebody, say it's somebody that lives in the States, right?
Mhm.
Been there their whole life and all that.
Yep.
Maybe they don't think that other countries have stricter guidelines on their fuels than America does. You know, they've been trained to believe things that are really very far from true, right?
See, and you
I
lost
was.
me at they don't think.
Oh
I
well,
just pretty much went, yeah, yeah.
it's hard to grasp that the government is behind something like numbing down the population so that they can't function without them.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, what a helpless. I mean, isn't that a helpless place to be instead of powerful? Because the power side is, hey, we bombed this country and we bombed that country, and well, and then you're a big shot, right?
Well, that's the whole I have testosterone, I'm going to show you kind of thing.
Well, I got a dork tale to tell on the dork table this week, Mir.
What's that?
On here on the January the 20th of 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cirque, you got, I guess Cirque's mom got her started on this knitting
Uh-huh.
thing. She really likes to do the shit, so she's been making all kinds of crazy stuff. Then she made a bear.
Oh, and she
But,
sent me a picture of it, and it's just absolutely adorable.
okay, but the funny part about the whole story is I don't know where to begin it, so I'll start it with her knitting. But
Mm-hmm.
there's a little knitting slash stone jewelry store in town.
Uh-huh.
Oddly enough, they sell enough yarn to these crazy Danes that do this crazy stuff
Uh-huh.
to have a store specifically for it. And
Cool.
it's owned and operated, I would assume, by this couple and Mr. and Mrs. and the mom. And the couple is going to Arizona for 2 weeks next month.
Oh,
So
fun.
me being the only American around, I mean, it was like they were telling me. And I would never tell a stranger, "Whoa, no, I'm getting my political beliefs and all this shit." Here they got money invested into something they've been looking forward to do. So I put my good guy suit on and said nice things about Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
But I told him, just don't get too crazy and stay there. It's a good place to visit for a while, but come home.
Yeah. Okay, I
But
just posted a link in the RLM chat.
yeah.
I'm
Oh,
gonna make some of those for my grandbabies.
let me
They're
see if I can't open this up
they're
and show
just
it to
too
my wife.
cute.
Well, cute. That's what I live for. But the point of the whole thing is, if Cirque hadn't taken up this crazy thing of knitting, I wouldn't. And if I didn't go and do all the outside stuff like hunting down shit, I would never run into people that were going to Arizona where I'm familiar. And who'd expect it in the middle of Denmark, at the end of the world?
Yeah.
It was just very strange.
Sounds very strange.
Mm. Well, to them, America's it's an entity. That's where everything's at.
Well, yeah, because we've
And in
pumped
America, it
ourselves
was
up
the
so
other,
much.
right. And in America, it was the other way around. Europe was exotic, and in the East, the Far East, ooh, and Australia, and
Well, that's because they are other. It's always the other is
Alaska.
always exotic.
Yeah. Well, not always. Some people don't have an exotic bone. I think some people don't even react to that. They just look at it and blink.
Oh, see, and my mom has picture books like crazy where she just looks at all these wonderful things all around the world and she said, "See, I don't need to go there. I have my picture books." So,
Mm.
and she doesn't, she doesn't want to travel, and I don't blame
Wow.
her. Criminy
But
Christmas.
right, neither do I. And I have the interwebs to thank for all that. So if I want to stay in touch with people, I can do it electronically, and it's a lot less intrusive than being there.
Oh yeah.
Cause I don't, me and my brother talk pretty bad between each other. If you're listening, you wouldn't know we didn't mean 99% of it is jibber jabber, nasty words and bad jokes, and then inside of that somewhere was the point of the fucking call.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's gonna get married to, and she's got to sit there listening, shaking her head, trying to figure out what we're saying.
Ah.
Well, you got a sibling that you probably get along with like that.
Oh, you get all of us together and it's just flat ass crazy.
Right, but
I mean, the
there's
way we
always
diss each other and
right,
yeah.
but there's always one is what I'm saying. The one person,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that knows all the shit you did when you were 10 years old. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, they witnessed your crap.
Yes, they did. They witnessed it and they're not afraid to use it as blackmail material.
Really? Wow. Nah, I would never do a thing like that.
Oh, my brothers have threatened several times, and I just laugh at them and go for it,
Oh,
because you
okay.
know what? You were in there
Yeah.
too, so I can use it against you as well. So,
What were you there? What were you doing there running a camera?
yeah.
And it's like that starving kid picture. I mean, you couldn't give the kid a fucking sandwich. You're taking a picture of this kid starving to death in slow motion,
Well,
so the rest of the world will feel bad.
well, yeah. I mean, that's
Do
what
you
they
know
get paid to do.
most people don't know even why that happened, the way how that happens, and that it happens because we buy the food that is making it happen.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing, the reason why, although, yes, you do have tyrannical governments and all that other fun shit, which I think just about any government, well, no,
They're all
take
yeah,
just about out
yeah,
of there. Any
yeah.
government is tyrannical.
It's got to
But
be.
you have crooked assholes that keep saying, in order for you to continue living or to live here, you have to pay me. And it's like, wait a minute, before you showed up, I was living here just fine and wasn't paying you. What the hell's the deal? But then the global decided, or somebody as a representative of the global
Yeah.
decided that, in order for you to deal with us, you're going to have to do this and this and this and this. And in the interim, we're going to take everything that you produce and, well, you're not going to have anything left for you. And that's a lot of times the way it works.
Right. They buy it cheap and then they sell back to them at a profit.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
insane, and these things they're immoral and they're not ethical, but they're legal.
Yeah.
And as long as these idiots want to play this fucking legalese bullshit game that they got conned into from the gate, I won't accept that. You're in a loser. Don't play.
Yeah.
Anyway, but that's my stand. And they go, well, that's because you're not in handcuffs yet. But that's the point.
Yeah. Yeah.
don't do anything, there's nothing to live in that kind of fear about in the first place. Not out there, slitting throats at night. My trips around town are just traveling, going from point A to point B and getting back.
Yeah.
So, well, that's the nature of the culture that surrounds me.
Okay, okay, Cakes. I sit corrected.
Uh-oh.
He said, global, it's flat
Mm,
as a panner cake. I have no idea what shape it is other than actually I do know what shape it's in. It's actually in pretty good shape for the most part, but if you listen to the
mm.
corporate lame ass propaganda system, it's in really bad shape. That's the shape of the world. That's the only shape that really matters.
Well, maybe that's all a matter of interpretation too, dear. Because my world is not. I don't suffer in any area of life that I can explain to you. Oh, this is going wrong. That's nothing.
Well,
It's
see,
going
and
wrong
that's
for friends and family, but my life is good.
That's what I mean. For the most part, it really is in pretty good shape. But
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
listen to the corporate lame ass propaganda system, they will tell you,
Which I
no,
don't.
it's in really bad shape. It's really, really all of this bad stuff is going on.
Yeah, yeah.
And
That's where I
they're
came from.
neglecting to tell us about the 99 other really good things that happened
Oh, yeah. Well,
because that don't
that
sell.
it. No, it doesn't. It sure as fuck doesn't. That's because we've had our nature tampered with. You know, if they didn't teach us to do some of the shit we do, I don't think we would have ever developed it without intervention. Like greed. If you're not raised with greed and competition, how would you ever find it?
Ooh, yeah, how would you?
Hmm? My dad never slapped my hand for getting something to eat in my life. Food, you eat food. That's what food is for,
Yes.
you know? So, no. But if I'd have tried to stick my hand into the trash to get a can, how far would he let me go before he stopped me? So I would learn my lesson not to do it again.
Well,
Yeah, the guy was interesting, I'll tell you. Most parents would just stop you, and some parents wait to see how far you go with things before they stop you.
yeah.
That was how my old man did it.
Well, and see, that's another video I listened to this morning. A gentleman with cerebral palsy was talking with Mariska. Oh, cripes, I can't think of her name now. She's the mom that does mom videos, and she's hilarious as hell.
I don't know.
In
I,
any
I don't
case, they
watch
were.
mom videos, Mary.
Well, no, she was.
Why would I
She's
watch mom?
hilarious, and he's hilarious as well. But she was asking him, 5 tips that he would give to parents of children that have some kind of physical disability.
Mm,
And so he was giving pointers to her, and he said one of them is letting them do it themselves. He said first time he put his own socks on took him 2 hours, and his mom had to go downstairs and just completely stay out of it because it was just making her nuts watching him try to do this. Well, with cerebral palsy, I'm sure it was quite difficult. But it took him 2 hours to do it first time he did it. Now he can get his socks on in 10 minutes. That's a hell of an accomplishment.
mm.
She allowed him the you know the space to figure it out on his own and do it for himself.
Right.
So
That's pretty much sums what life can be sometimes for
yes.
certain things. Yeah.
Well, you have to learn to um do a lot of things by yourself. You have to learn to be able to interact in the world and get around by yourself and mm, that's a problem with a lot of people these days. They coddle their children instead of making them learn that, hey, it's not just you. You may think it's just you in this reality, but once you step outside, you got to deal with all the other ones that think it's just them in this reality. So you got to learn to try and get along just a little bit here.
Well, it's easier to do than it looks.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Right. Well, I'm saying from experience. You know, But that if you're in a hostile environment, if you feel like you're in a hostile environment, that would probably change the game quite a bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Well, it
I
changes.
don't go out. What?
It changes the way you may do things. But if you are positive that you want to do something,
Mm.
then you'll get it done one way or another.
I like to think so.
So, yeah, that's the way
I
I
don't
look
know.
at it. And if you get to the point where you just say, fuck it, I'm not going to do this anymore,
Mm.
obviously you weren't that positive that you wanted to do it. So,
Oh, yeah, out of the two of us, I'm the mind maker upper, and you tend to follow things further than I would to see if you want to do them or not.
yeah,
I
yeah.
would just soon, yeah. Some situations I just snip them as fast as I can get through them and get past it, and go on to something else. Not everybody's a Hans. Hansel is my favorite.
Oh,
I
really?
can, this, man, yeah, boy, Hansel is like heroin. Are you kidding me? Good Lord, that guy is funny as hell. What would I do without him?
I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know. What would you?
If I stopped speaking tomorrow and my voice was all fucked up and I couldn't be understood, all I'd have to do to make my wife smile is show her the shit Hansel writes.
Ah.
She'll never leave me. She'll understand what I mean by it. So Hansel serves a purpose in my life that he could never, if he was trying to do what he was doing, he couldn't do it. It's just happenstance. My luck, my good fortune brought me a Republican with a religious background that wants to take over the world.
Oh, man.
It's amazing, huh? I couldn't ask for a better playmate than that. You know, and the electronic shit that we throw back and forth. Ooh. Yeah, it's a good thing my heroin addiction is I've got it conquered now. I'm down to 5 pounds a day.
Oh, hey, there you go.
Can you imagine? Wow. But apparently, yeah. And my favorite one, I think out of all the stuff he's ever said was that I'm a drain on the economy. Uh, that's my personal favorite. Thank you,
Uh-huh.
Hansel. Oh,
So,
come on.
do you
How can you
ever
be
feel
insulted?
do you ever feel like you've got that swirly sucking thing going on? You might want
No,
to see someone about that.
there's always some relative or somebody to send me money to bail me out of whatever I'm in. That's what family's for. And me being the black sheep of that family, I'm doing my job just fine. Ask Alan, he'll tell you.
Oh man, I just saw this over on Minds. The art of
What?
medicine consists of amusing the patient while nature cures the disease.
Ta-da!
Ding, ding,
See?
ding.
Boy, the human beings are just sucked into this medical thing. It's bad.
Well, that is also a job security kind of thing.
Well, it's a hypocritical, two-faced fuck kind of thing too, then, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the only true answer I could come up with, because I've lived amongst people in the medical field, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I would say lack of knowledge, um, because not everybody knows what the other guy's doing. It's a package deal. This guy's contribution leads to that and to this and to so on. And you don't always know what goes on after your job's over. You're on your next job. You're not learning what follows after it doesn't concern you. So they split it all up like that to keep you stupid.
Ah, I got.
Like like Grim. Grim worked for a weapons manufacturer through maybe not choice, but I mean, it happened that way. This is the way I read his stuff. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that he ended up contributing to making something he didn't want to make. Let's just call it that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't got to label it. And he said, no, I'm not going to do this. But I don't think everybody has, well, A, that kind of moral value, or B, that kind of knowledge together at the same time, like Grimm did, to make the choice.
Yeah.
Debt will scare some people. Wow, they just fall apart.
Yeah.
Debt. Woo, big boogeyman, man. That's, hey, to a normal, average guy that's never done anything wrong in his life, that's his number one fear is going into debt and losing everything. How is that not living in fear?
And who is this?
Average Joe, the
Oh, average
homeowner, the
Joe.
guy that has a banknote on a car, worried about it being repossessed if he falls behind on a payment. They
Yeah.
put TV shows up on this in the States when I was there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Dog the Bounty Hunter and all these people that collect cars. What do you call that? Uh-oh, I lost.
Repos.
Yeah, Repo Man.
Yeah.
I mean, that stuff's real. People really will hire their self out as private thugs to fuck with you to get shit back to make money.
Yeah.
How did we raise a society like that in the first place? Is my question.
I don't know, but it's really pretty sad.
But they make it all glamorous to be some kind of thug bad guy, shoot 'em up, run around, handcuff people, beat 'em up. What kind of what is the point of that in the first place? Control. If you didn't train people to be ignorant, they wouldn't be. They'd be the opposite of ignorant, whatever that is.
Yeah. Well,
But we're purposely fucked with like this. It's done on purpose.
well, and that was I once again watched a video. I watch a lot of videos anymore, or at least listen to them. But in any case, I listened to a video about advertising, and actually one of the main guys that was the first in PR kind of stuff was
Okay.
Sigmund Freud's nephew.
Yeah.
So he knew, from his uncle, kind of, sort of, or at least took his uncle's thoughts and used them to figure out a way to convince people that they just flat out need this new shiny bauble that they've been getting along just fine without.
Without.
But
Yeah.
now you just have to have it. You have
Yeah.
to, because your neighbor's got one. So,
Mm. Okay.
yeah. Yeah, so and it really was, if it was a mind fuck is what it was, is convincing everyone, and it took them years to get
Mm.
it down to the art form that it is now. But cripes, and you look at, they don't even have to really be subliminal. It's just off in the periphery. You watch movies and stuff, and you see, you're just enjoying the movie and all this other fun stuff, but your brain is actually saying, hey, they're drinking a Coke. Wow, I'm getting thirsty. I think I need a Coke. Or, hey, they're
Yeah.
eating
Yeah.
Doritos.
Yeah.
So it's not even a subliminal thing anymore. It's right
Mm.
there in front of you. It's just that you don't notice it because it is so normal, so everyday, so average.
Mhm.
And then they repeat it and repeat it and repeat it, and eventually you go, hey, I need a Coke. Hey, I
And
need a...
you're familiar with how crowded just talking about a city is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not because I grew up in one, but I can understand what you say.
Yeah.
Not not necessarily through experience, but common sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. But the city's changed a lot. It's gotten more degenerate, over the years. And then the history's been manipulated. So Adolf Hitler is some kind of failed leader that, well, he was on the right track, but they lied about him and about all this shit that you're going to hear and you're going to read. And it doesn't really matter what the truth is because the design of this is to get us to pick one side or another.
Yeah.
And as long as you do that, there's no unity, period.
Yeah.
As long as there's a group of left nostril inhaling club-footed lesbians, there's a club, and somebody will join it just to be part of it.
Ah.
Yeah, it's weird how human beings herd. And I think schools, they manipulate that herd mentality.
Oh,
They
yeah.
don't want you to be, well, that's why you got to agree with everything. If you're the oddball, well, you're going to stop that sooner or later. So they think.
Well, you gotta, oh, it's time for lunch. Walk in single file. Oh, it's time for recess. Walk in single
Yeah,
file. Oh, it's time to come in from recess. Walk in single file. Oh, it's time to let's study this.
uh,
Who knows this answer? Who
yeah.
has
And that's
who
what I
has
mean. Is
absorbed
if
so they can regurgitate?
But if you can come up with an answer that is the same as an answer, but sounds different in words, the words sound different, but the
Mhm.
meaning is the same,
Yep.
they still shun that because they want everybody repeating the same fucking crap the same fucking way.
Yeah.
And, which is the point behind the round and the flat earth. Because I don't know, Hansel likes to accuse me of being a flat earther, and I'm trying to tell people I don't give a flying fuck what the shape it is. Doesn't matter to me. Having the knowledge means fuck all. I got more important things to think about. What that's for is so that you'll pick a side and argue about it.
Yeah.
It's a frequency, mental
Well,
frequency.
yeah,
You live it.
it's to pick a side, and yet why aren't they just putting out there? And
Mm.
I understand. I mean I do kind of sort of understand the whole thing about
Yeah,
some of this stuff, but why not just put out there that okay, you do realize that they're lying to you, don't you? You do
about some.
realize that from the very beginning, from the
Mhm.
get-go, they have spent billions and billions and billions of dollars trying to get you to believe that that
That it's
Horsehead
round. Yeah.
Nebula that somebody painted is real.
Mhm.
Trying to get you to believe instead of
Yeah.
just
Think for yourself and make
observing
up your own
on your
mind.
own. They're trying to get you to go, oh, wow, I better give them more money so they can give me more pretty pictures to ooh and
That
ah
too.
over.
Yeah. Well, I'm still making it simple as simpler than that, and just it's just about being on a side of a dead issue that doesn't matter in the first place. But like you said, they spent a lot of money trying to prove both sides over history. Well,
Yeah,
wasn't it Galileo that started the round globe thing that got imprisoned by the church? It's all about money. All this education and what's out there and what's not out there stay, to keep you off of you. So you'll never find out that hemp is what? Henry Ford made a car out of what?
oh yeah, and I'd saved a link about that. Apparently somebody had sued him over something because he was doing this hemp car or something, and they sued him because he was not doing something that was best for the shareholders.
Right. Wow. What a yeah. But this is a car. The car goes back up. Wait a minute. Let me open the link. Now you're gonna make me read something. Ooh.
I know.
Wow, you dirty girl. How do you do that? I'm being manipulated by Miss Mary on the
Yes,
dork
you
table.
are.
Hmm?
Yes, Dork Cakes,
Good
it's
for thing.
CGI,
Yeah,
computer
Henry Ford. Here, I'll
generated.
make a copy and put it on the RLM.
Oh,
But
there you
Henry
go.
Ford built a car.
Out of
And
hemp.
let me see if it's the year. Yeah, made of and fueled by. And I'm not sure if the year is on here or not. I'm sure it isn't if you open the link and look at it, but it's just not in the picture.
Yeah.
But it's a eye opener if you've never seen it before. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't know the truth about oil in the first place. They think, oh, this was some kind of great discovery, and what it was is a way to replace hemp and use oil, which was useless. There was no use for it.
Yeah.
So they created a use for something that would fuck us all instead of using hemp.
Yeah. Something
There you
that was
go.
most definitely renewable.
You know
Yeah.
what I get laughed at the most for over on the mines,
What's that?
I think, is I want an apology from the United States federal government for lying about hemp for 100 years, and they won't do it.
Damn
People think
it.
I'm crazy for even wanting it.
Yeah.
But I mean, a daily reminder, yes, we lied for 100 years. We misrepresented hemp and cannabis, and you guys took the ass whipping for it. And now you're stuck with oil because we lied.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then it would take about 3 minutes for the opposition to go, no, we're finished.
And you know what else? I read something about a year or so ago. Well, maybe it's a couple of years ago. It was like about 6 or 8 months after Fukushima happened,
Oh, wow.
and
Yeah.
someone had said that they need to start planting hemp around the area
Yes. Yeah.
and then gradually work in because hemp actually cleans up radioactivity.
Yes. I have read that as well, but I don't know
And
how
it
to
was
prove
like,
it.
wow.
Right. But see, the history books and the law books and the educators and the entertainers and all these people that are paid to make, a story true have contributed to all this bullshit that we live with.
Uh huh.
And, if I'm going to just always go back to if I can't trust the money is real, fuck everything else. But it's such a big pie. There's so many different places to play in that, well, I might be convinced of this, but I'm not convinced of that. So, they're not quite there yet.
Yeah, well, and one of the things that I think the
Mm.
reason why everybody pretty much goes along with a lot of this shit is they always leave at least a couple of kernels of truth in there.
Hmm. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because if you
Sure.
don't leave a couple of kernels of truth, people have a bullshit-o-meter.
Mm.
And they will detect it as total bullshit. But if you do a couple of kernels of truth and then build your lie on that,
Mm.
it doesn't set off a lot of people's bullshit-o-meter.
Well, it just disturbs me at all that any part of a government at that level of communication could misrepresent anything. But if they did, if they misrepresented one thing, then what difference is if the rest of it was true at that point? Who gives a fuck? If they're willing to lie to you once to me, then that's that. They're fucking liars.
Yeah.
And the shit that we've uncovered in, not me and you uncovered, but people as a whole
Mhm.
and passed around, like the information we got about IRS.
Yeah.
But yet people will not look at it. You see how few people respond to it and give it a look and see, and then fall back and believe the IRS is real.
Yeah.
There is no law. Now, what they did do, I'll give them this. They rewrote the definition of the word income to suit the modern day laborer. Because if you look back far enough into the law books, it will say your income, not your labor. And income
Ah.
was defined as an investment, the returns of a financial investment,
Yes.
not labor. That was your money, but they changed it to get us all. And very few people want to know about that. And they complain, oh, I've got, well, no, if you really got money to protect, you'd be reading this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's how can you support that? A bit of dirt. I don't care how big it is. It's still a bit of dirt, and you're not on it. So what difference does it make? Hmm? Hmm?
Yeah.
Hmm?
Ah.
Yeah, I think me and you landed in the same, and that idea about land ownership, and because there's just so much of it, and there's so much more in abundance than there is people using it. It's amazing.
Oh
You
yeah.
got it.
That's
The
that
big people.
created scarcity kind of shit that they got going on.
Yeah, you crowd them into small areas, and then you control the resources, and you got, wow, control beyond anything you could ever explain to a voter or a person that's indoctrinated into like the military or the police.
Well,
Those people.
you look at a map of the United States though, and
Mm.
you look at one that shows all of the federally government protected slash controlled lands in
Mhm.
the United States, and
Mm.
damn, they have been slowly but surely, kind of like turning up the heat on the frogs,
Mhm.
acquiring control
Yeah,
of all
on
of this
paper.
yeah,
Yeah,
on paper,
to
of all
do
of
to
this
do
land.
business, but to do things in business that couldn't happen any other way.
Yeah,
So they make the unethical and the immoral legal.
yeah.
It's a word game. You're getting fucked.
Well,
There you
that's,
go.
yeah, my Uncle Tom always says you cannot legislate morality.
No, you can't. Boy, it's such a cliche to say it, but it's true.
Yeah.
It should be a staple, but no, we're stuck with this. ignorant shit that these people want because they're all insane on drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder how many of these fucking voters aren't on medications.
Oh, everybody is. Cripes, if you got fluoridated water, you're medicated.
I mean, I read a book said they sell more alcohol than guns, Miss Mary.
Well, yeah.
I think they sell more alcohol than they do all the other drugs put together, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Because
Because you
alcohol is
don't need a,
abundant and it's
well,
there.
you don't need a
Legal.
prescription.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Oh, man, now you tell me. Oh,
Yeah.
well, I'll drink it anyway.
Yeah, once you're 21, or in some
Mm-hmm.
places you can be younger to go buy beer, but yeah, once you're 21,
Mm-hmm.
you don't need a prescription to get
Well,
that shit.
it's just okay, and it's always struck me as odd that out of the difference between weed and alcohol, that alcohol is the one that's legal.
I know.
I
I
would
know.
ask grown-ups about that all the time. But Uncle Joe smokes those things, and he doesn't ever wreck his car. Now,
Well,
Uncle Pete drinks those things, and he's had 4 cars, and he wrecked 3 of them.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Want to explain this to me? No,
Yeah. Oh,
we don't
cripes.
talk about those things.
The funniest thing that I'd ever heard from my dad, and Dad told some really funny ones, but the funniest
Mm,
thing I'd ever heard from him was he was talking about how bad the demon
mm.
weed was and all this other fun
Yeah.
stuff. And and then he said, we used to go out and roll our own cigarettes. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes some of that
Yup.
tobacco made us feel weird. And
Oh yeah. Just
I'm just laughing and going, Dad,
because that's
really?
the real truth about the buzz of just regular weed, not that
Uh-huh.
Franken shit weed that they crossbreed with, camel drool or whatever they're fucking doing with it. Just regular dirt weed that grows out of the ground enough to get you stoned.
Yeah.
But this last 20, 30 years brought forth all these competitors trying to, perfect. And, they fuck things up when they mix them all together to see what they're going to get.
Yeah.
To me, they call it progress. I call it, wow, well, I don't want to live where you live. You're insane.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's pretty much, yeah.
How do you improve on nature? That's the one
You
thing that I
raise a
really.
bunch of dumb fucks that don't know any better. That's how you do it.
Oh,
That's
that's
how
how
it's
you do
been
it.
done. It's been done. They've done it, Mary. Look around you.
Oh, I look around me.
There is GMO in the food, and the people that put it there don't want you to know it.
No.
Wow.
And the funny thing is, I'd read an article, and this once again a couple years back, um,
Mm.
about Monsanto and how they were
Monsanto.
saying how wonderful all of their genetically modified foods are and all this other fun stuff, and
Yeah.
yet they don't serve any genetically modified foods in their uh, facility cafeterias. Huh?
See? Yeah. Same thing as the White House. And they're now these are links that I've saw posted so they could be manufactured by somebody's wildest of imagination.
Uh
Okay.
huh.
Let's just say that's possible. And I still believe that they don't do the shit. They don't eat the shit that they sell the public.
Yeah.
You remember when Slick Willie was supposedly getting heart problems from eating too many Big Macs?
Mm
Well, I think it was the Coke, but this is
hmm.
his public explanation was, you know, and I don't think that he'd ever put a Big Mac in his mouth because he would be, that's for them, not me, food.
Oh.
But the
Mm.
public is so gullible and naive, okay, that they'll believe a limousine baby like that would grow up and while he's the president of the most powerful country in the world, destroy his own health eating greasy fucking McDonald's food. That's not half real. Public bought it.
Oh, I could see Slick Willie eating Mickey D's.
No, you're missing. Okay, sure you could. Oh, right.
Well, I could.
Wow.
I could see
Okay,
him eating
if you
Mickey
say
D's.
so. I'm
I
sorry. Ooh,
Yeah, but you know
disagree
what?
with you.
No, because Mickey D's, I don't think it really started out as. It's, like anything else. There's lots of other things. Sam Walton didn't start out being an evil, maniacal asshat.
Well, Bill Clinton did. Excuse me. Limousine babies don't eat at McDonald's, you crazy broad. What's wrong with you? All right, how many limousines do you pull up after at McDonald's? What are you
I
talking
don't
about?
I don't pull up to McDonald's. I haven't for years.
And I'm still gonna slam you with. I don't think that man in his life ever ate food of that level, that quality, that shit quality of food. Never touched his royal fucking lips. I think it was all a story to cover the coke because the coke was embarrassing. Food,
Well,
people will believe that shit, but tell them you got a coke habit, they might go insane and have you removed.
I believe he's got a coke habit too. He's got all kind
But
of habits, but
it's easy to convince that, oh yeah, he ate McDonald's.
mm,
No, he didn't.
I could still see him eating Mickey D's as well.
Okay.
I
I
still
don't believe it.
just because I don't think he's all that intelligent.
I don't think it
And
has anything to
I
do with brains. It's got to do with billions. The lady, the
well,
guy grew
okay.
up eating the best of the best. What the
But you
fuck
know
is he going
what?
to eat a McDonald's hamburger and go,
There
well, yeah, that tastes better than shrimp?
no, there's
Oh,
there's
yeah. Give me that
multiple
greasy burger.
there are multiple levels of this bullshit that's going on here.
Okay.
And who was I think it was that the video that of a talk that some guy that was a Royal Canadian Naval Police or some such thing. He was with the intelligence arm of the Royal Canadian Navy or so I can't remember his name. He wrote a book or several books, but he did this talk and was really pushing about the Illuminati and how even the Masons are just tools for the Illuminati, whoever the Illuminati are. And he has
Hmm.
absolutely no use for Masons, or had, I should say, no use for Masons or politicians or a lot of these other assholes that everybody says is controlling the world. Um,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
he said they're all tools and they are all expendable. Every
Uh-huh.
damn one of
Yeah.
them. And
Yeah.
so that's why I could see Slick Willie. Of course, he gets all coked up or doobied up or whatever the hell. And yeah, I could see him sending someone out to get him some Mickey D's. And they would not stop him from that simply because he has outlived his usefulness. He is now expendable. Just like Shitlery is expendable. Just like Dangleberry is expendable. They're all expendable. Every
Yeah.
damn one of
Yeah.
them.
That the core of it, I agree with that completely. But the idea that a billionaire rich prick like that would eat at McDonald's is ridiculous.
See?
That would be like saying, "Oh yeah, he went into the bathroom to unplug the toilet."
Well,
No, he didn't.
no, they have people do that
No,
for them,
yeah,
but
that's the
I
point.
could
Right?
I
There you
could
go.
really see him or sending someone out to get him some nachos or something like that. I could
Yeah,
really
nachos and hookers.
yeah, I could see
Okay,
that.
but I can't. But you can. That's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
That's what makes us see the world in the magical way that we do.
That's right.
Is you see it your way and I see it mine.
Mhm.
Ain't it fun that? And that's the good part too. Is you don't have to see it the way I do.
That's true.
I'm not trying to tell you no, you're wrong. I'm just trying to tell you I don't see it that way. I just see it different. That's
Ooh.
all. No, no arguing. No, yeah, just and
Oh,
that's my
hey.
reason behind it. But you're such a nice person. Me, not so nice sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
eh,
I
I
see
get a little
Gooberzilla
partial.
mention James Burke. I love James Burke. His
I don't even
Connections
know who he
series.
is. No.
He's a British feller. And
Oh,
the first
English twat.
series, yeah, the first series of Connections, oh man, I'm gonna order it off of Amazon just so I can have the
Oh, it's a
DVDs.
TV
Yeah,
program. I get it
yeah.
now.
I
Yeah, well,
really like the way he makes, and I remember first seeing that when my girls were little bitty, like 5,
uh,
6 years
uh,
old. And I would make the girls sit down and watch it with me and say, see how sometimes the most far afield things still have a connection. If you,
uh,
and that's how I can see how some of this other shit is going on, because they can take something way over here and eventually get people convinced that no, it's really this over here.
Something else, right? Yeah.
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 So,
Sleight of hand,
yeah.
sleight of work.
Mhm.
It's a lot of work to understand that everything that you hear from a corporation is bad for you. No good will come of it.
Yep.
Take your chances. But you know, blaming them if you use their shit, blaming them is kind of selfish.
Yeah. Oh,
You
see,
know?
Grimmy says if we're still
Yeah.
talking about Clinton, of course he
Oh, sure.
eats McDonald's because he's a Arkansas redneck, no matter how rich he is. Which, yes, he is an Arkansas redneck.
Okay. That and it's interpretation. I
Yeah.
see. But it's not important. But it's just one of
It.
those things. How differently we can look at the same thing and just come out with our own idea.
Uh huh.
That's what life is. And you're not supposed to be pushed away from that. You're supposed to be encouraged to think for your fucking self.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what you think, and I don't think it. So what? That's what you think. What the fuck do I care what you think? We're just talking about it. It's not life shattering. I'm not going to go jump off the roof because Grimner thinks that Bill Clinton ate a Big Mac and I don't. I'm going to end my life. I,
No,
I
you're
mean,
not.
how fucking serious and far are people willing to take other people's opinions about shit that doesn't matter? I'm on a quest to find out.
Oh, hey, there you
Yeah.
go. You could do a man on the street thing.
No, I can't. I don't. I'm Danish.
Oh, that's right.
And
You're
if
in
I
Denmark.
tried,
Never
you could
mind.
write me out a script and I could read it, and people would circle me and laugh because it's funny as fuck the way I do it.
Ah.
It's funny. I get a giggle out of it because I'm just bad at it. So no, we'll stay off the streets on that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Ah.
No, we just do the little dork table because it's still my connection to English in America. In other
See?
places,
There you
yeah, my
go.
wife's second language is English. She didn't grow up speaking it, so that's got to be kind of strange to her sometimes.
Oh, and I love her Danglish. She comes up with some
Yeah,
of the funnest stuff.
yeah,
That,
she'll be
and when
glad.
she does the Swedish chef. Morty dirty, morty dirty, dirty.
Yeah,
She just
she
gets
knows.
me laughing so damn much I almost pee myself.
Well, we sit here on the RLM sometimes and read harsh things about Sweden, and we Sweden's the next country across the little bit of water here.
Yeah.
So yeah, she crossed the bridge, she'd be in Sweden, right? And what the press and the internet's done is they've done like in the States, they've picked on an area of Sweden where there's a lot of trouble,
Mm-hmm.
and they've made it sound like the whole country's in big chaos over that one place,
Uh-huh.
and they exaggerate shit. It's fun as hell to watch.
Well, yeah,
'Cause
exaggeration is
yeah,
what we all do.
acco-
I caught a fish this big.
yeah, but according to the news outlets and the interwebs and all this shit, you guys are keeping all the weirdos away from us. Because even the weirdos are going, well, I don't want to go there and get butt raped by some nigger from Africa. I'm going to America instead.
Well, and you're welcome.
Mm. I just see this whole immigration and bombing people out of their native land and removing them to another place to live is not new. It's been going on for a long time. What I don't understand is why so many people are so blind to what they're looking at. They can't see this is government manipulation, and they're pushing you around to make money, and you're falling for it.
Um, some of it, I think Cowboy Tech years ago, early on World Truth had shared a video, The Eight Veils or something like that.
Yeah.
And when I watched that, it was like, holy shite.
Yeah.
And every once in a while I'll go back and I'll rewatch that and I'll think, Well, maybe those numbers are changing just a little bit. But it's
Mm,
basically the masses or the bulk of humanity, if you will,
mm, yeah.
um, only sees what's right in front of their face.
Yeah, so it's
That's
the
all.
message that they put out that matters. Doesn't
Yes.
matter if it's true or not, just that they
Yes.
put it out.
And
Well,
out of the
there's
bulk
not
of,
enough, but there is not enough people out there calling it bullshit when it's bullshit, Mary.
and that's the thing. You have the bulk of humanity only sees what's in front of their face. Then out of that bulk, you have 10% that will actually start seeing the periphery. And out
Mm,
of that 10%, you've got 10% that will actually step up and say something about what they see in the periphery. And out of that 10%, you have
mm,
another 10% that will actually do something. So
mm,
it's a it's a gradually whittling down to where there really aren't that many people that have the stuff or that
mm.
are exercising what everybody's got, but there's only a certain percentage of people that will actually exercise that muscle of stepping up, saying something, acknowledging it, saying something, doing something about it.
Like bumping noodles in the night.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, bumping
That's
noodles. Oh.
that's what they're doing. It's a mental mind fuck. And they're just bumping noodles in the night and you get your jollies for 5 minutes and then it's over and you go to something else. It's not real. I mean, even though there really is war on the planet at this moment, there are bombs falling and all that kind of shit. It's only real if I talk about it because I'm not going to see it where I'm at.
Well, it's only real for you. Yeah.
I've never been anywhere I've ever been. The only violence I've ever actually witnessed, I think I would say, was from police. Somebody clashing with the cops. Outside of that, no bank robberies, no gun shootouts, nothing. Boring. My life's been boring. And where's that meatloaf fella? He said, life's a lemon and I want my money back.
Well, and Irma Bombeck says, if life gives you
So,
lemons, make lemonade.
yeah, just bring some vodka.
Yeah. Or
That's
freeze
right.
them and then shred them and then add them because you're getting all kind of vitamins and minerals that you really, really need.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like we're in big trouble. Oh, I made a prediction for 2018 at the
You
beginning
did?
of the month. Yes, I did. You want to know what it is?
What's that?
Are you sitting down?
Yeah, I am actually.
Have you got a hot beverage in front of you within arm's reach?
Yes, I do.
Well, then listen to this.
Okay.
I think that actual gunfights will take place on American dirt this year. I foresee the left pushing the right so far that people are just going to have had enough and start doing shit with it.
Hmm.
There's a lot. I mean, I'm on the other internet sats beside the RL and M where people are saying, except for Hans, um, and the anger level is so high in so many different areas. It's not believable. It's going to crash.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
people are blood, spit fighting, kill them, bomb them, dead, blah, 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 mad. And there's more and more of them daily, not less of them. So they're growing in numbers.
see, and I
And
don't see people blood spitting mad. I see
go look on
people.
an Australian link about Aborigines on mines and tell me when you get back reading that stuff that some of those guys aren't looking for an excuse to shoot somebody.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
And
well,
note you
you know
said
how
some of
you know
those
how you,
mines.
okay, and you always tell me, well, two guys get together and that's how it starts. And I think it's a little bit more complicated than that. And this is the time being specific about. You know, this big scale that we're living on it's gonna explode.
Well, I do think that this time that we're living in is collapsing.
Yeah,
It's
this year
collapsing in on
I
itself.
predicted it. Ooh. I'm putting myself on the global seat and saying these fuckers will probably do something so fucked up we never saw it coming. And it'll be by the end of this 18.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know. I don't think it'll happen where I live. I think it'll happen though.
hmm.
And if I change my mind, I'll come on the show and tell you, hey, you know what? I've seen things lighten up, and maybe I'm wrong. But at this point in time where I'm standing, wow, there's a lot of violent, angry people out there that want, and not just in the States, Australia, England, that want to take Canada, they want to take a stand and do something. You
See,
know?
and that's that 10% of 10% of 10%.
Mhm. Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe there's something to what I'm undercutting your two guys get together and initiate it thing. But if there's any time that something like that would be possible, I would say it's going to have something to do with guns this year. And I'm not anti-gun or any of that horseshit. People are going to kill each other. They're going to do it one way or the other. This ain't about guns. It's about telling a free man what he can do. And
Yeah.
it's going to get pushed too fucking. Come on. 20 years of the Patriot Act and five people couldn't tell you what it's in it.
No, not even the ones that wrote it.
Well, right, but
Compartmentalization.
yeah, well, I'm just making the point. They're not even interested in the topic as something to talk about. It's like, fuck you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whoa. Because it's easy to say fuck the police on the internet. It's a different thing to say fuck the police to the police.
Yeah. Yeah, it
I've
is.
not found it necessarily to do that myself. And I would probably go way the fuck out of my way to avoid that kind of confrontation anyway. Should it come looking for me, I'm gonna try to defuse it, not make it worse by getting stupid.
See, and
Yeah.
I see different. Of course, from my perspective, I'm going to see things differently, but
Of course.
I don't. In the metropolitan areas, I could see things getting rough, getting ugly. But
Yeah.
for the most part, a lot of people, the more I look, the more I see people are finding workarounds that are not aggressive, are not violent.
And
And
that's what
they're
I'm trying to tell you is that is wearing thin. It's not working. It's
but
just
it
made more
is
splitter.
for
No, 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 bullshit. Look, let me tell you from my side of the table, you've got more groups now than you ever had before, right? But they're the same. Just more countries are starting to show outwardly the same inner conflict the other one had,
yeah.
and it's becoming like information about your home is becoming common in other countries. This has never happened before to this level. This is new. Where a guy in Australia can look at a guy in Canada and go, "Hey, we got the same problems, man." Blah 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 blah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And some of these guys are going to think it's political and go hate the towelheads. And some of these guys are going to go, hey, the money's all fucked up. We got to figure out how to stop the Federal Reserve. See, it's divide and conquer right from the beginning, no matter what you do.
Okay, and see, you see divide and conquer, and I see
Mhm.
one guy from Australia and one guy from Canada that are talking and they're commiserating, and then they start brainstorming, and
Mhm.
then they figure out something that they're going to try in their own respective areas, and they're not going to be violent about it or anything like that. They're just going to try something different, and then they report back to each other, and then each one of those tells someone else, and it spreads out from there. And it doesn't have to get ugly. That's what I'm
No,
saying.
have to. No, no, I'm not saying have to. I'm just predicting it will, Mary.
Well,
My
see,
my feelings lead me to see the way things are unfolding in front of me that if it continues at the rate it's going now, by the end of the year, there will be devastating consequences for people face to face, not police and army. I mean, people against each other, like civil war. All
hmm,
this Trump haters and Trump supporters bullshit. I mean, there is no United States. That's a story. They even got memes on, I don't even know if they're real. California wants to split and become a part of it wants to be another state from the other state. And insanity. It's all fiction to me. Borders and governments and people that want to tell you, hey, you got to take an inoculation so I can pay my boat payment.
Okay. I saw something that
She's back.
um,
Whoa.
well, Dork Cakes said global folks always use ridicule. Interesting. Programmed detail to notice. And that triggered something in my mind. All truth passes through three stages. First, it is ridiculed. Second, it is violently opposed. Third, it is accepted as being self-evident. That's from Arthur Schopenhauer.
Wow, self-evident. Jeez, how they mislead us all. Yeah.
Well,
They give you this big freedom speech and show you these freaking documents that you really don't understand. But what they don't tell you is that when you go to court and you have to face this shit, your protection, you can't use it in this court.
see, and I'm not even going there. I'm just going to, everybody is listening to all of these complex
Mhm.
ideas and explanations on how all of this shit works, and completely ignoring what they are observing with their eyes and with their other senses. You know, they are observing and interacting in the world with all of the senses that they were blessed with when they were born, and yet when someone else comes up with a very complicated description or explanation of what's going on that is completely out of left field and really doesn't resemble anything that they're observing, they throw away what they are actually observing and go, well, yeah, because he's a smart guy. He's got alphabet letters behind his name. So I obviously can't trust my own senses. And it's like, come on, peeps. You know, observe the world around you. And if somebody is telling you something that's contradictory to what you are observing, then tell them, excuse me, I smell bullshit. Maybe you ought to go brush your teeth.
Well, like I was bragging earlier, it's getting to be more popular over on Minds to be on the on the non-violent side of the popular idea, which is bomb, kill, and imprison. And my point is follow the money. Look where the money goes to.
Yeah.
This has got no, and if then the other argument is the history of the land. Well, when you really think about it, that doesn't even have anything to play in it. It's the way they're trying to take the land that's the problem.
Yeah.
By force, civilians. I mean, unarmed civilians with a military against them. So, no, there's your problem. Not whether it's Jews or Arabs. It could be. What if it was you and your neighbor? And
Yeah.
your neighbor just decided tomorrow morning he's going to start, moving your shit because his property line grew.
Yeah.
But hey, the cops came to support him and told you got to move. Why?
And you know what?
Doesn't even matter why. It's that the police will be paid to do these things. That's what I'm against.
Yeah. Well, see, and
I
that's
don't
why
care
I say
what your
get rid of the
reason is.
frickin' monetary system. That is a tool that is being used to manipulate and control the masses. The
Right,
whole
and
monetary system.
right, exactly. And then they'll argue about, well, you can trade a guy a barrel of carrots to go kill somebody if he's hungry enough.
Yeah.
So, but it means the same thing. But monetary to some people has got nothing to do with reality. It's all about that paper shit.
Yeah.
Life has been so fucked with, Mary. Jeez, half of us don't know what we're looking at. The other half don't care.
It's as good a day as any, dork cakes.
Split, it's divide and conquer in every area that we encounter in a society. It's never about finding what's good for everybody. It's about my side is right and your side is wrong. That's stupid. And then when you say, well, what's good for everybody? Oh, what are you, a communist? What the? Wait a minute. So if you don't have ill feelings toward somebody else because of a bit of dirt, then your political stand goes to a certain what is it, like a gauge? I'm generous with belongings, you communist. I gather lots of shit and hoard. You're a Republican. I gather lots of shit and give your shit away to other people. You're a Democrat.
Yeah, I gather
um,
lots of shit from other people and then give it to others after
mm,
I take my cut. You're a
mm,
socialist.
mm.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, whatever. See what I mean? It's got nothing to do with the reality of it. It's got to do with how you react to words and where
it's
it sends your mind and how you'll grab onto that Trump or that Clinton tighter because somebody said words to you.
well, and that's why they
Mm.
come up with names for these things so that they can go names,
Yeah.
names, 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 throwing them at
Yeah,
you,
they work too.
and
Isn't that
then
amazing the
stereotypes
frequency?
and all that other fun shit. And if you just look at people one on one and deal with them one on one,
Yeah.
I've met
What?
some people that, initially just go on by stereotype, which this was years ago, but I've I'm trying to get myself beyond that. I mean, yes, you still have the instinctive fight or flight shit going on inside your head, but I've interacted with people that, initially I thought, "Ooh, the stereotype," and you're not necessarily consciously thinking it, but it's always back there in the back of your head and gone, "Wow, maybe I should be careful." But then when you interact with them one on one, it's like you are nothing like what the stereotype is.
Wow. I wouldn't even know how to do. How do you judge it outside of the way it looks? I mean, are you talking about what people say or what they type or
Well,
what?
no,
Yeah.
their behavior, because, well, with working with the general public, I
Yeah.
I get to
Yeah.
see people from all across the country. I've even had, we've even had people come in breaking down cars or whatever that
Yep.
are here from different countries,
Yep.
and being able to interact with them, and just the whole preconceived notion, what I thought it would be like was
Yeah.
nothing like the reality of the one-on-one interaction.
Yeah. We're
So,
being separated from it
yeah.
through. Yeah. The internet plays a good part in that too.
Yes, it does.
Keep you separate from your fellows. Be better than people, and superior to them, and have the right knowledge and the right ideas. Be in control of your life. Don't be like that low life scumbag that has to go here and seek refuge. Be in control. What? What a crock of shit.
Uh, I I think there's an awful lot of
Enforcement going on. Or maybe
yes.
not even so much enforcement as the threat and the show of enforcement is so overwhelming to me that I don't want to engage it.
Yeah, but the only reason that shit even works is because there is this false paradigm of external authority. Somebody else out there somewhere knows better than I do for
Mm.
anything that relates to me and my little area. Even though I live here, I know how things work, and I know what I need to do to fix whatever is not working. Somebody 1,000 miles, I have that belief, not that I really do, but having the belief that someone 1,000 miles away would be able to tell me better how to deal with, and be able to tell my neighbor who has a completely different issue, but tell them too, because they can make a blanket statement, and all of a sudden we're all supposed to believe it because that person over there, they have they have a big A for authority on their shirt.
Mm.
And it's like, what the hell? How in the hell does this person that I don't know from doodly squat knows exactly what to do to fix whatever
Right.
issue I'm dealing with right now? And yet they
It's
assume, and people
it's the
assume.
training, dear,
I know it is the training, but
of the
people just
enforcer.
assume that someone else has more authority, someone else has more
Oh,
knowledge, and they
man.
can make blanket statements for thousands of people. No, it can't be done. It just plain can't.
Okay, you're arguing. Well, and I'm arguing that the joint illusion doesn't have the ability to make that decision anymore. It's been bred out of them, beaten out of them. They want to be on a side, be on a winning side. I know everything. I'm right.
Yeah,
That's
because this certain authority person, this person with authority, they are an authority in the subject because they have alphabet letters behind their name, or they
no,
have a
they've
piece
got
of
their
paper
hands
with a
on.
gold seal on the wall. So
No,
they're
no,
an
no, 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 no,
authority.
no, no, no,
Or they
no.
have a
They've
shiny
had me.
badge,
No,
so they're an
they've
authority.
no, they've taken me out of wherever I was in handcuffs and put me in jails. No,
But
it's
the
not the
only
point.
reason that works is because somebody believed that they had the right to do it, that they are an
Oh yeah, they get
authority.
paid. They get paid money to be thugs. That's the point. That's why I'm against them at all levels, all of it. And I've lived up to it. I managed. Life took me to a place by chance that had no police presence. If they come through, they're just on their way somewhere. It's not. It's not a like a hangout, like a 7-Eleven or a donut shop. But where I'm from is where they were always there, always in your face, lights and guns and all that shit. Here they don't do that to me.
See, and I'm just trying to apparently not explaining very well that.
No, you're explaining very well. I'm just still angry about the difference than how you've been treated by these people compared to how I've been treated by them.
Well,
It's a two different worlds. You
yes,
wouldn't
it
even
is
know.
two different worlds.
Yeah, yeah. Because you're from the small town. I'm from the anonymous city where everybody was bait. We're gonna make money off you off this jail one way or another, whether you did it or not. You're going to jail. Everybody went to jail for something.
And yet the root of that, not the
Hmm.
symptoms, but the
Hmm?
root of that is
Is what you're
everybody
saying. Yeah.
believing that someone else has
Yeah.
authority to do that.
No, I naturally don't, so I don't see. Then I don't know how to judge that from a statist mind. And fuck the state and all their agents and all their applications equally. Don't give a shit. But it's there. But it's not where I'm at. It's where I'm from. See, different world.
Yeah, yeah.
Where I grew up and the way I grew up with is if you leave people the hell alone and don't cause any trouble, they'll leave you alone. But as I started to get older, they would stop me to see what I was doing. And wait a minute, what was I doing? Riding my bike somewhere. Okay, why'd you stop me? Well, we'll find out. And that shit started in the 70s. All right. That's what I left behind me. But where I got to is what I started with. So it's like, wow, weird.
Mhm.
Maybe I'm not explaining it very well, but living things and explaining them to other people, it's not the easiest thing in the world to do in the first place.
Well,
For
no.
me, I mean, I do my best, and sometimes I make my point, but I wouldn't say I make a point for other people to agree with. I just make a point for them to know, wow, that's why you think that way.
Well, yeah, everybody's yeah.
Because your innocence in life comes from small town living. And my lack of innocence in life comes from growing up in a major metropolitan part of the world and spending 40 years running around crazy like a wackadoodle.
Well, and
You know?
I mean, I lived in Colorado Springs for a year and a half.
No,
So
that's not what I mean.
it's not that
But,
I haven't experienced I experienced it enough to know I don't want to live there.
yeah, but it's not your normal. It's my normal.
Yeah.
This life I've got today is abnormal. That's why I appreciate it so much. Because I never had all that. I had the big city and all the competition and the strife, and the fight and this and that. And now it's like, wow, I didn't have to do all that. Well, nobody told me. Wish I
Yeah.
would have known then what I know now.
Mhm.
But I was a city boy, so I spent my life doing city boy things.
Yeah.
And I'm not regretting any of it. I'm just saying if I'd have known, maybe I'd have made a different choice.
See, and I went to the city because I thought, "Ooh, that'll be different and there'll be
Mm-hmm.
so much to do and there'll be this and there'll be that." And I just yeah, there was all of those things that I was looking for that I thought, "Wow, this would be so cool." But there was also the flip side to it. And so, yeah, the flip side outweighed the things that I thought were benefits of the city. And so therefore I went, fuck the
Mm.
city. I ain't living there.
Well, is it important for you to be happy every day?
Yes, it is.
I could give two flying shits. I didn't even think about it till somebody named Cirque brings it to my attention.
See, and to me, the importance of me being happy every day is I wake up every morning and I go, it's a
Yeah,
good day
that's what I
because I
mean.
woke up.
See, you're one of those damn optimists, and I'm one of those damn. What the fuck is he talking about? Ists. Well, I'm very, very rarely ever clear on like my anarchist way. I'll use the system if it's going to benefit me, and there's no other way to get around getting there without doing that. But otherwise, fuck the system. I don't ask it for anything, and I just want it to leave me alone. And there you go. But that turns into all kinds of name calling, Miss Mary.
Yes, it
People
does.
misunderstand stuff because their programming is different than mine.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Yep, and
So,
everybody's experiences throughout their life is what makes them who they are today. And just
th-
because I have a similar experience with other people doesn't mean that we're both going to turn out the same, because there is that whole choice in there.
it puts an interesting light on the concept of right and wrong, in my opinion,
Yes, it
my
does.
dear.
Yes, it
Because
does.
just because it's wrong to you doesn't mean it's wrong to me,
Well,
depending on what it is.
and it depends on, excuse me, how you're going to use wrong, because there's some things
Hmm.
that are just wrong, and then
Hmm.
there's some things that are just, oh, that's just wrong.
Oh, yeah. Well, the difference between well, see, to me, laws, all that law shit's all the same crap. All of it. I don't care if you're talking jaywalking to murder. No. If you don't know you're doing something wrong and you're doing something wrong, explaining it to you is never going to work.
True.
There's a point inside your being, whatever that is, that being violent for no damn good reason is bad. That's why most people don't run around with baseball bats looking for somebody to smack.
Yeah.
But society has got us convinced that we're surrounded and amongst bloodthirsty cretins that will steal your sneakers if you
If
give them
they're
a
if
chance.
they're a certain kind of Nike. Yeah.
Well, the point still remains is you're pitted against your neighbor.
Yeah.
Your neighbor's the enemy, by God. Fear that motherfucker. He might take your shit and sell it to somebody else.
Might, maybe, almost, kind of, sort of, possibly.
Okay,
Yeah.
now I believe that's a direct result they were looking for, and the way they got there was by overpopulating and undernourishing. And they'll argue and lie every bit of it, but you will find every way that we get served something by the government to fuel us. It's always some second-rate bullshit that they shouldn't give away, let alone sell. But they sell it to us at a premium, and we use it because it's all there is.
Or so we think.
That's the way I see it. You
Yeah.
got enough idiots claim. Well, you can't get service unless you pay a bill. Period.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't pay a bill unless you join their little club with their little plastic world and become part of their machine.
Yeah. That's the reality we are
All right.
currently existing in. Yes.
On top of that, you can't opt out of their system and generate your own fucking electricity and tell them to fuck off because then you're off the grid.
And yet there are some people that do. Those
Well,
rabble
yeah, like I
rousers.
know any of these fucking people. Name two of them.
Actually, Paul Whittingham is one
Okay,
in
I
upper
don't know.
state New York.
Uh-huh.
And
You're too good.
let's see.
Yeah. One
I,
more. Come on.
oh, okay. Pete out in Colorado.
Okay. My mistake. You got me.
Those are just two
But
that come off the top of the head. Then
okay,
there's,
I could grab a phone book out of Chicago and read for 20 minutes and never hit on anybody that's got any fucking idea what I just talked about was about.
yeah.
Okay. So, I'm sorry. We're such a fringe of the fringe of the fringe. Dude.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. So, but I do believe there's lots of little places all over the country and the world like RLM. People know each other for a while, and whether they like each other or not, they still keep coming back.
Yep. Oh, hey. Oh,
Yeah.
hey. I'm looking at the chat.
Uh-oh.
Everybody wants to be a cat. 'Cause a cat,
I don't want to be a cat.
you don't want to be
No.
a cool cat?
Fuck no. No. Cats lick their balls and drink milk out of saucers and windows in front of people. Oh no, I don't want to be a cat.
Oh, man.
I mean, no, and even when they try to make it look like they meant to slide into that glass door when they didn't, I know.
Yeah.
No, that didn't look well, stupid. You fucking misjudged it.
Yeah. Those lovely fucking meow moments. Yes. I've experienced
Try
some of those with my cats.
try getting Dr. Cooper off the roof while you're standing on a ladder. It's
Yeah.
a lot of fun. Yeah, that fucking cat. The things I've had to do to keep my I don't know, the house happy, I suppose you call it. You take on these responsibilities in life that you don't know you did take them on until they time to do them, and you go, "Oh man, you got the dick. Go out there and get that done." Oh, fuck. Here we go. Well,
Well,
there's the
that's your
prize.
counterbalance.
Yeah, see, I don't live in that equal fucking opportunity kind of bullshit world. I figure a man's a man and a woman's a woman. And so my wife, who goes along with it, reminds me of that when there's a cat stuck on the roof crying. Well, you're the man. You brought the dick. You go deal with it, fucker. I've been getting coffee. So, what can I
Oh.
say?
Well, it's amazing what you do in order to get that coffee.
Well, the point of the story, though, it's amazing on who actually wins in an unequal game. Because the illusion is, you look at it and you go, "Wow, he's mean to her." And yeah, but when the cat gets stuck on the roof, she goes, "Hey, you brought the dick. You go get the cat." Go, "Wow, can't fight with that, can I?" Because there's one thing you got to know as a dick carrying member of the human race,
What?
and whatever you're not willing to do, there's somebody else with a dick that'll take your place to do it.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
and another reason why you do this besides the coffee is 'cause she has boobs.
Well, yeah, coffee and boobs. How do you go wrong with a combination like that? Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I'm telling you. I should, maybe I should raise my expectations in life and become a Republican. Start demanding shit out of other people because I think it's good for them.
Oh.
Yeah, make a list of shit that you can't do, and when you do it, I have my thugs come to your house, kick your fucking door in, take you to prison. Yeah, wearing the color pink. Hmm. But on Wednesday, between 2 and 4, you will be wearing your fucking pink shirt, or you'll go to jail.
Ah.
But you can't wear it.
You must buy one, but you cannot wear
That's
it.
government.
Yeah. Well,
That's
yeah.
fake pot. It's the best plant ever fucking grown by God or anybody that came before or after it. And you can't use it because we made a law that says so.
Yeah.
Can you tell me why you made the law that says no? I can't tell you that. Can you tell me why it's bad for me? Well, no. Not really. I can tell you what I'm supposed to tell you. That really makes no fucking sense. But hey, if you'll buy it, we'll put you in jail.
Yeah, there you go.
Mary,
Yeah.
I ask you for the 1,000,007th time. What the fuck is wrong with people?
Oh, there are so
seriously.
many people and so little time.
But I mean, we're so easily herded into little groups and guided along by our prejudice and told how to react and how to think and kill these fuckers, but not those fuckers. Those fuckers are all right now because we democratized them back in the 70s.
We decided they were all right until
Yeah,
we
that's
decide that
right.
they're not, because it's the spin of the boogeyman wheel of fortune or wheel of misfortune that pretty much that
Mm.
decides.
Wow.
Yep. That's how
I'm
I swear that's how they do it. They have this big room and they have this great big wheel and it's got
Mhm.
everybody listed on there, and whoever the little ticker thingy winds up on that boogeyman wheel of misfortune. They're the ones that get to be the boogeyman of the month.
Hmm. But it works.
Yes, it does. Because everybody
Huh.
goes, oh, look at it spin, and it makes that weird clicking noise. It's so pretty. All the colors, they
Hey,
blend into one.
do you do you have any idea how many months or however long it's been that we've been nuking North Korea from America? We. Mm. You know what I mean? I think.
Wee!
Yeah.
Wee! Wee! Wee!
Right, right. But I mean, it's been going on and on and on and back and forth for months and months and months, and nothing happened. Right?
Yeah.
Well, what is the point of doing that to a population?
The point is to say, look at this shiny bauble over here while we're doing this shit over here. Oh,
Mm,
that pain you feel in your back? Never
mm.
mind. Don't pay any attention to that. We just stabbed you there. But look at this shiny bauble over here. Yeah.
Oh.
That's what that is.
Did you get your inoculation?
I don't even do alcohol shots anymore. Are you kidding me?
What? Wow, you're living the life. What did you fall down and bump your head?
No. No.
Mm.
No.
I would say a light bulb came on, eh?
Yes, and I got me a
Yeah.
whole case of Acme light bulbs. So just in
Yeah.
case one burns out, I got another one to screw in there.
Oh, clever,
That's why
Trevor.
people say I'm so bright, because every once in
Oh,
a while it flashes on and it's like, ooh, she's so bright.
yeah, my brother used to say, "I'm so bright." My dad calls me son. Yeah, we know.
Hey,
Ah,
Flash, do you
epic.
know there's a
First,
video of you versus the pink Flash?
yeah, they got a new TV show. I watch it. The
Oh, yeah?
Flash. Yeah, well, me and my wife have these little, idiosyncrasies, and one of them is sci-fi TV shows.
Oh, yeah.
And me, I'm an artist of sorts, so I did enjoy the superheroes drawings and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, getting nicknamed this Flash thing that turned into the Flash Fast Guy thing that had never had anything to really do with it in the first place.
Yeah.
But anyway, but I do, yeah, I enjoy that stupid shit. Isn't that weird? And
Mhm.
none of it makes any sense. And I know when I'm just watching total Hollywood bullshit. They're just making crap up, but damn, it's a good story. And boy, those girls are cute. Sorry, honey. What? Well, it's a little known fact that females that excel in science wear very nice tight clothes. Because yeah, if the oxygen doesn't hit the hips before it hits the brain, something could go wrong, horribly wrong.
Oh.
I don't even, she caught me. I'm exaggerating. I hope we agreed. I was young once. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, but I
So
mean,
the
we're sold such bullshit in public, in ways that we're not even aware that it's just bullshit to distract you from finding out that the Federal Reserve Bank is bullshit.
Well, yeah. Well, there's a lot of anything that comes out of government is bullshit.
No, see, you're still lagging behind with me here. Catch up, Mary.
No,
No,
I'm not
it's
lagging behind.
everything. You're gonna look for that one. See, you're gonna fuck it up for me because you're gonna find that one thing they did right, and I'm gonna have to ignore it to be. See, so that me and you have our own personal divide and conquer. We
You've
can't ever unite against this thing because you found one thing it did right.
Well,
You
and the one
right.
thing it did right was to let some of us know, and more of us know that wow, it really is fucked up. We don't want to go there. Well, that
It's
was a failed experiment. Let's move
yeah,
along.
it's the mother of all scams, and you can't get enough people to see it that way in that light at the right moment, so they go, "Oh, no," because they're always finding the reason it's not. That's the game. That's what we do.
Ah.
It's a all or nothing kind of thing, and you guys ain't all or nothing. Nah. 9 out of 10 of you got to have your anchor. Me, Anchor or not, I'm in it. I'm in something, but it ain't what you think it is.
Well, no, because it's your thing, not mine.
Ta-da! So where does all the victimization from all this shit, it may be in the past, but today, nah, free of it all.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
the most horrible thing that anybody does to me in where I live is, geez, purposely not speak English because they don't want to, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been made clear they know how. Just a lot of them don't want to, and it's not a personal thing. Don't you get over it? It's not you, it's them. And it is a little hard, hard as a foreigner, being somewhere else like where I'm from. The foreigners came there, and we had treated them accordingly, so to speak. Well, now I'm the foreigner somewhere else, and I'm finding, wow, people are really fucking nice about this being a foreigner shit. And then
Yeah.
circles say, well, it's because you're American. It pulls a lot of weight because of the America thing. Not everybody hates America, but not everybody loves it either.
Well.
Preconceived notions, Mary, because they've read books or went on a vacation or have relatives that live there now. So they're partial.
Ah.
And then you got your people that are going to live here until they die. They're Danes. They don't want to be anything else. They don't want to see anything else. That's what they are. That's okay. That's like the Nazi thing. People that want to keep their bloodline clean and associate with their own. They're few and far between. Let them be. It's not nothing wrong with it. I'm not insulted by it.
Yeah. Well.
It's their right. If they want to be nasty to me, that I got something against. They're not. They're just defining a like a boundary.
Mm-hmm.
But the way it went in the States was so different because we're a melting pot and we accept everybody. And then you go, but what about him? Well, not him. He's different. Oh, okay. We don't talk about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
School. Just follow the instructions. But what? What is this? Don't ask questions. Do as you're told.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I did, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I,
You
I
did
did
as you was
everything I was
told.
told.
Uh-huh.
And only a couple things I was told not to.
Mm.
My favorite order in all of history's ever been?
Do what?
My favorite order given unto me by a superior minded person. You know what that order would be, Miss Mary?
No.
Pay attention.
Ah.
I always got a big old fucking knot in my top of my skull when I noticed that some idiot was telling me to do what I'd already done because he was too ignorant to realize that I was paying attention. He just didn't see it because it happened too fast for his slow little mind to realize it. So it
Ah.
thought I was ignoring him when I wasn't. I just already knew what it was going on. And they go, wow, then what did he say? And I tell him, I go, whoa, you were paying attention, huh? I
Mm.
didn't look like I was paying attention. I might have looked like I was looking for my nuts, but no, I was paying very much all the attention that you had coming.
There you go. Well,
Mm.
see, and it's called pay attention.
Uh huh. For a reason. I
Mm-hmm.
like your reason, but you mentioned that last week on the Dork Table.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
did. Because you know why?
Why?
You found a new toy to play with and you want everybody to know.
I'm just sharing.
Exactly. Well, that's the whole point. It's all you can do.
Yeah.
I mean, I came from work hard, steal hard, play hard, whatever you're going to do it, give it everything you had, right?
Do it
And
harder.
now I'm in slow down, take it easy. What's the rush? Where are you going? Who gives a fuck? Right? So I feel I'm accomplished. I've been through everything I was supposed to go through to get where I'm at, and I'm making the best of my circumstances.
There you go.
I would hope other people would follow that idea. If there's anything you're going to do, be happy with what you got.
Oh, now see, there you go, showing that you are optimistic.
Is that optimistic? No, that was kind of advice out of experience.
Yeah,
Because
but you're making the best of what you've got. That's
I always
optimism.
do. I always have.
Well,
Well,
see?
well, I didn't. I can't say that at the time certain things happened that I didn't feel betrayed or um, treated badly or unfairly. I just didn't let it weigh me down and jump off a building over it. you know, I'm gonna end it all. There's nothing left to live for. I'm going. Hey, who's she? Hey, what's the number? Where you going? Come here a minute. So, yeah,
I see how you are. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It,
yeah. Why is it so unpopular? See, what the fuck went wrong? I grew up with Humphrey Bogart, and then I end up with Eminem. I mean, what is wrong with the world? This world is fucked up.
uh, well, people have been told that, hey, that's the new chic. Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
right. Well, my mom was a Bogart lover. She said, "God, he's the most beautiful, ugly man I've ever seen." And then,
My mom says that too.
what
How
the
funny.
fuck are you? Yeah, what are you? Are you smoking? What'd you break into my room and get my bag? What's going on here? It took me, it took me to maturity, whatever that time in my life was, to understand the weird shit my mom would say in front of me, but not
Hmm.
in front of other people. You know,
Oh, moms are so
because
funny. They leave us these little kernels, and we remember them later and just giggle and go, damn, now I know what she was talking about. Yep.
Mhm. Yeah, that's one way to put it, but no, because see, I get it to a level, but I'm a girl looker at her. I've been looking at girls forever, so I would never say, "Oh, there's an ugly fucking girl," but she's beautiful, ugly. No, no, I don't know how to define that in my mind.
Well, that's one of those,
Oh
not
Christ, I'm an
necessarily,
optimist.
yeah, yeah.
Whoa, I see the best in these fucking people. Oh, that's horrible. Hey, wait
No,
a
you
minute.
see a workaround. You see a way
God.
of dealing with what you've got. That is
But
an
I thought I was a
optimistic
drug-addled
attitude.
hippie with no idea what's happening around me, and then somebody's been telling me stories. Oh no.
Well, that's his story. So,
Ah, I still say, what would I do without him? Good Lord, he's the funniest guy on the RLM.
well, there you go. There you
Oh
go.
Lord, but he's brought me to ideas I would have never thought of.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's improves my life constantly with his input.
Well, it's amazing, things that are contrary to what you normally do or what you think are
Yeah.
really good for getting you to kind of broaden your horizons. Or, if nothing else, get more firm with your stance. But man, they are good prods, if you will. They're like the cattle prod for the brain kind of stuff.
Yeah, like reading the not the sushi club's cool. The sushi club cool.
Yeah.
Wow, sushi.
I know. I know.
Oy. The things that well, it's a culture thing.
Yeah. Well,
Because
my
food
brother-in-law tried
is
to I tried some. He
Mhm.
had some raw tuna cuz he
Right.
brought back this big old tuna for Thanksgiving and he
But if you'd
he
have been
grilled.
raised eating it that way, it would be normal to you. Is my point, dear.
Well, see, and I'm willing to try pretty much anything. But and
Okay, I'm
he
not.
was grilling some tuna and then he had some that he just cubed up and put in
Yeah.
some kind of marinade. And after it
Mhm.
had sat in that marinade for about an hour, he said, "Here, try some of this shit." Oh man,
Mhm.
I am really proud of myself that it stayed down.
Wow.
I was not impressed, but I was. Oh yeah, I was all about getting some of that was on the grill. It was amazing, but yeah, Phooey. I'm not going there. Sushi? No, no.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. And you know what? We're just about out of time.
I know. I looked at the clock. That's why I said sushi.
Yeah. Oh,
Ah, you need a
that's your code
sushi.
for we're close to the end of time. Sushi.
Well, I think what you put in your mouth for nourishment is a cultural thing that you're raised with by your family. That's what I think. And if you're
Ah.
raised eating walnuts, you'll eat walnuts. And if you're raised eating dirt, you'll eat dirt.
Ah. Hey,
Yeah, I'm
JJ's
pretty.
here. Hey, JJ's.
Hey, better
I'm
late
sure he's
than
not.
never.
I know. I'm sure he's not tuned in, but that's okay.
Oh,
That's okay.
oh, I have no idea. I just like doing this shit every week and see what crazy shit we talk about.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I was gloomy and doomy today, but maybe next week will be better.
You weren't
Uh,
gloomy and doomy. You were just
posted.
trying to be.
No, no, no. I'm telling you, I had this thought the other night, and I thought, well, if I remember it on the dork table, I'm gonna bring it up. And I see violence in the air, bad.
Mm.
All the free English-owned places are the most notorious for shooting their mouth off about murder, kill, bomb. So if that gets bigger and bigger and bigger, yep, something's gonna tip.
Mm.
The
Well.
peaceniks, the peaceniks don't want to get shot, and the warmongers want to kill something. There we stand.
Mm. Ah. It is a delicate balance, grasshopper.
Yeah, 'cause if you resist, you're a coward of some kind or another. And it's not like that. It's not about that. It's
No.
about the stupidity behind what you're doing to each other.
Yep. Yep.
Dumbasses. Grow the fuck up, morons.
There you go. Well, thanks everybody for listening into the Dork Table. Be sure to check back later. I'm not sure what else is going on this afternoon here on the RLM. But tomorrow at noon Eastern Time, Grimner will be on playing the blues to lead you into Hal Anthony, who's going to take you behind the woodshed and open up a can of whoop ass on yo ass. And then tomorrow evening, 7 o'clock Eastern Time, is Gary L and Gigi's Boo with The Road Less Traveled. Once again, thanks for listening. Thank you,
Yeah, what a
Flasher.
surprise.
It has been
Oh,
fun.
thank you, Mary. I have a giggle.
Oh, yes, we both have a giggle. And I guess we will catch you, and I'll let you know. Next weekend, I may not be around. I'm not sure yet. It just kind of depends. I got to get